Welcome. I'm Hal Hurd, and I am fortunate enough to be the principal of Canton High School. Thank you for coming to help us celebrate this most happy occasion. Before we begin the program, I would like to introduce the members of our faculty and staff who are in attendance today. Canton Administration, Chris Rue, Mark Bondi, Bruce Siegel, Vernon Crump, and Lisa Lewis. Also, Dennis McBride, who's our Park Special Education Supervisor, Dr. Carlos Lopez, our Director of Curriculum, Instruction, and Assessment, Anthony Ruella, who's the Regional Director for Teaching and Learning. For our Canton faculty, we have Tony Vassallo, Heather Thompson, Jamie Turlak, Rosemary Schimmel, Jay Opsnick, Richard Mui, Peggy Morelli, Michelle Mimikos, Jennifer McDermott, Kathy Mass, Devin Long, Val Levier, Carrie Coltonchuk, Kimberly Janiga, Cecilia Hutchinson, John Heileman, Jennifer Haynes, Jennifer Green, Francine Girard, John Forsland, Carolyn Constantino, Chris Belch, Karen Anthony, Michelle Smiley, Patrick Ignati, our readers, Nick Fotiu, our Student Congress Advisor, Aaron Lee and Amy Rumschlag, our senior class advisors. Additionally, I want to recognize the faculty who are working behind the scenes on this special event. Charles Hamline, Kim Henson, Derek Kendall, Sandy Prescorn, Joni Sabata, Kelly Schott, Nancy Slavin, our security staff, Penny Ogren, Brenda Eisler, Jeff Nessich, John O'Connor, Rick Thone, our SRO officers, Andy Curry, Dave Isle, and Ed Yas.
Good evening. My name is Amy Rumschlag, Senior Class Advisor. On behalf of my colleagues, Co-Class Advisor Aaron Lee and Congress Advisor Nick Fotiu, I would like to say what a pleasure it's been to work with this year's senior class. They are all remarkable in their own individual ways. So, please stand and join me in welcoming the 2016 graduating class of Canton High School.
Please remain standing as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Please be seated. I would like to welcome and thank our special guests, Superintendent Monica L. Merritt, board members Kimberly Crouch, Sheila Payton, Patrick Kehoe, and Michael Seacrest. I know these members of the board and our superintendent are very impressed with the accomplishments of the Canton class of 2016, just as I have been, and the entire Canton staff has been. At this time, I am honored to introduce to you Monica L. Merritt, Superintendent of Plymouth Canton Schools.
Members of the Board of Education, distinguished faculty and staff, honored guests, proud parents, family and friends, and most importantly, relieved members of the class of 2016. Welcome. Now, I've been given a little advice from Mr. Siegel. He told me, keep it brief, so I promised to keep it brief. But please allow me the honor and privilege of celebrating the accomplishments of Canton High School's class of 2016. I want you all to take a few moments and think about a time in the last 4 years when you thought you may never get to this experience. That test you thought you may never pass, that class you had to work so hard to get through, and that group project that you stayed up way too late to complete. And now I will speak the words that you have been waiting to hear. Congratulations, you made it. Let me also congratulate the families that have gathered here today. You too have a reason to be proud. Your persistence, your dedication, your sacrifices, and your support have helped your sons and daughters make the most of their young lives to arrive at this juncture on their journey. This is your day also, parents. Congratulations on a job well done. Young people, for 12 years now, your parents and teachers have been telling you that the world is waiting for you, where you are free to choose whatever career paths you desire. I want to remind you today, choose carefully and wisely the kind of work you want to do and the schools you choose to attend. Challenge yourself to find work not only that you enjoy and that pays well, but find a vocation with meaning and one that provides enjoyment, and more than anything else, will make a difference in today's world. Life is all about choices. You choose success or failure by the decisions you make in life. Choose to persevere and never quit. I salute each and every one of you as you reach this important juncture in your lives. Today, you are filled with the spirit of possibility and a great hope for your lives ahead. I encourage each of you to never lose sense of what's possible. I ask you today to use the education you received at P-CCS to enhance the quality of your personal life, but I also ask you to use your education to help others who may not have had the same level of access and opportunity that you have had. My father, the legendary Coach Herman Boone, used to tell us, when you win the race and cross that finish line, don't forget to go back to the barn and take care of that horse who helped you get there. Graduates, all of you have now reached the end of an early chapter in your book of life. Everyone gathered in this auditorium has been a part of your educational journey. The world expects you to develop into well-rounded, contributing citizens. Be confident that you have learned what it takes to be successful, are prepared to accept the challenges of the future, and now it is your time to thrive. Now is the time to ask and answer the question, where will I go from here? What will be my legacy? The answer will simply drive your life's choices and goals. You may ask, how will I do the things that have been asked of me? Well, very simply, just go back to your childhood library and listen to the words of the great Dr. Seuss. He said, "Congratulations, young people. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. Out there, things can happen to you, and frequently they do, to people as brainy and footsy as you. You will come to a place where the streets are not marked. Some windows are lighted, but mostly they're dark. A place you can sprain both your elbow and shin. Do you dare to stay out, or do you dare to go in? How much can you lose? How much can you win? Oh, the places you'll go. There is fun to be done. There are points to be scored. There are games to be won. You'll get mixed up, of course, as you already know. You'll get mixed up with many strange birds as you go. So be sure when you step with care and great tact. And remember that life's a great balancing act. Just never forget to be dexterous and deft, and never mix up your right foot from your left. And will you succeed? Yes, you will, indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. So, you are off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So get to stepping on your way. Congratulations, class of 2016.
I am now pleased to introduce Senior Class President, Camila Mallet.
Good evening, fellow classmates, family, faculty, and friends. I welcome you all to this year's Canton High School commencement. Thank you for joining us today as we celebrate the graduates of the class of 2016. 4 years ago, we were nervous freshmen, but before that, we were confident 8th graders nearing the end of middle school. However, upon walking across the red and white tiled floors of Canton, we realized high school was not the middle school reality we're accustomed to. With an abundance of course options, countless clubs to join, and literally thousands of new faces, the park appeared to be a wonderland. In a way, we were like Alice, from Alice in Wonderland, ready to embark on an unknown journey through a new yet exciting path. Just to clarify, I'm not talking about the path from Canton to Plymouth or from Salem to Canton, but a path that prepares us for our lives to come. On this path, each of us faced various roadblocks, from selecting a class to varsity tryouts. Nonetheless, each path left its own mark. As we posed for countless selfies and spent hours searching through a stream of semi-identical photos to post, We took pride in our journey. At the start of high school, most of us had no specific idea of what we wanted to do after graduation. Yet, on the ACT pre-bulletin, we were asked what career path we plan to pursue, and to help us decide, there are numerous questions based on our likes and dislikes. When the time came to choose our schedules, we had to decide whether to take the engineering STEM classes or medical, U.S. history or AP U.S. history, and more. But how were we supposed to decide our entire high school career in that 1 week of possessing our course selection card? What many of us did not realize at that time is that we did not have to choose classes that would directly influence our future careers, but rather classes that would help us decide the direction of our future. In the words of Lewis Carroll, if you don't know where you want to go, then it doesn't matter which path you take. All of these choices led us on our own individual path and allowed every student to experience high school in their own way. Although there were highlights such as getting an A on a bio test, finally understanding a math concept, or being able to craft a beautiful thesis statement for English, there were downfalls that made us want to give up at some point. We can all relate to those endless nights without sleep, waking up with the shadows of dark circles under our eyes, or not being able to get up out of bed without our venti triple-shot half-sweet non-fat caramel macchiato, or simply a coffee with some cream and sugar. We wanted to end our journey at the first sight of failure. Failure to get the grade we wanted, or even failure to get enough followers on Twitter or likes on Instagram. It was like your life was going to end and you had no control over it. We had been so focused on failure that we did not realize the good that followed. J.K. Rowling said, "It is impossible to live without failing at something unless you live so cautiously in which you might as well not have lived at all. In that case, you failed by default." Think back to how these so-called failures have impacted your life. With your chin up and by persevering through the struggles, you embodied independence, even if it meant you had to take the long way around to get the desired result. Without realizing, every step provided something meaningful. As you now embark on another new, unfamiliar path, you're going to run into a new set of difficulties.